All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea football news. Lots popping off, very, very interesting news popping off. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about all of this, which is going to be brilliant to see. Got a lot of people already asking me, am I going to do a Champions League watch along? I'm gonna definitely try. There's no doubts about that. Josh is saying, "Miss pulling a Matisse." Nah, man, come on. Only a couple of minutes late. Look, definitely we'll try to do that. 5 a.m. Obviously, we've got the Chelsea one tomorrow. It does get sometimes very difficult in the morning with the little one, just helping out with the family and whatnot. But I'm going to try. You best believe I'm going to try to watch Bayern Munich versus Man City. I think that watch along is going to be good. So for the time being, yes. Hopefully I'll set up a page soon, but it will be in the second channel. So if you're not subscribed to the second channel, make sure you subscribe to the second channel. The link is in the description. The link is also in the channel section of the YouTube page. If you go to my YouTube page, click on channels, featured channels, you shall see that there. So it's going to be mad. The Champions League is going to be mad. So best believe we're going to try our level best to cover that. But big news popping off. Christopher Vivell meeting Gavi's agent not that long ago. I was saying, hey, what's going on with Barcelona and Gavi? Do you know what I mean? Like, we should be trying our best to be all over that. And looks like we've met his agent. Vivell has met Gavi's agent, and there seems to be another meeting lined up. So Gavi apparently not happy with the way things have gone at Barcelona. And do you know what? I don't know whether Gavi is actually going to be able to stick around at Barcelona. There's massive talks about Messi coming back. I need to do a video on whole heap of Barcelona stuff very soon in the second channel. There's a lot of talk that's happening about Messi coming back, but Messi can only come back if they get rid of a whole heap of players to open up some space in wages. As you all know, it's well documented. Barcelona are in the mud financially. They have to do a lot of tweaking and twisting and turning. So Gavi could potentially be sacrificial lamb kind of situation if they bring someone like Messi in, and not just Gavi. There may be a few other players that might have to make way for Messi and the wages that he's going to look. He's most likely going to take a wage cut, no doubts about that. But they'll still need to move certain things around. So this Gavi situation, a lot of people are saying, Miz, no way Chelsea are going to be able to get Gavi. Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right that there's probably not a huge chance, but seems like there could be an opening. Gavi, obviously, as you guys know, I think the situation with Gavi is that his full-time contract, his first team contract with Barcelona has been rejected because Barcelona haven't met the requirements for the salary cap. Basically, they haven't met the requirements for salary cap, and Gavi's request to be a first team player has been rejected. First team contract, he can still be part of the first team. It's just not going to be first team contract. So obviously he's not going to be able to earn the level of money that he desires to earn. And in his contract, in his current academy contract, there's a clause that he can go out on a free. So he's actually a free agent as we speak. This is probably why Christopher Vivell has taken the liking to go for someone like Gavi. Let's check this out. This is the latest news in regards to this. This popped up this morning. Christopher Vivell met with Gavi's agent Ivan de la Pena several weeks ago in Madrid. per Diario AS, in order to communicate their desire to sign him from Barcelona. The meeting went well, and another is scheduled for the coming weeks as Chelsea seek to advance in talks. So this is very, very interesting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. I actually rate Gavi. I know a lot of you guys probably don't rate him. For me, yes, stylistically very similar to Mason Mount, but I feel like his technical ability is a tad better. People underestimate his passing qualities as well. Not as great as Pedri, of course not. But Gavi, he's got all of that tenacity as Mason Mount, the S-housery as Mason Mount as well at times. But that technical quality is there. I like his ability, and he's 18. He's 18, so it fits our bill. I love the way he carries himself at Barcelona, especially when it comes to El Clasico. He really, really carries himself very well. He's always up for the challenge. He's the one that tries to take it, take the game to Real Madrid and their players, and he's always in their face. Love that tenacious attitude. These are the kind of players I want at Chelsea Football Club, man. I really do. And build around a team like that. This is why, look, I don't want to get rid of Mason Mount. I really don't. I still think Mason Mount has a position in Chelsea Football Club. But look, it's out of our hands. The contractual situation with Mace is he's expecting something a lot more than what has been offered to him at the moment by Chelsea Football Club. So Chelsea's actually offered Mason Mount a contract. It's up to Mason to accept it or not. And right now, he's not accepting it. And on top of that, this whole news about Gavi gives me belief that this leading towards Luis Enrique, because Luis Enrique loves Gavi. Obviously, has given him the opportunity to play for Spain, along with Pedri as well. Is this something that we are setting up in regards to perhaps getting Luis Enrique? And this is potentially a particular player that Luis Enrique wants at Chelsea Football Club. As I said, perfect replacement for Mason Mount if Mason Mount's leaving. But yeah, interesting times, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking: Chelsea met with Gavi's agent a few weeks ago. The meeting was satisfactory, and they agreed agreed to meet once again in the next few days. The player is very upset with FC Barcelona. There you go. On top of that, this is what Cesar Azpilicueta had to say, which is also very, very interesting in the context of the new managerial situation. Who's going to be the new manager down the track? Is it going to be Julian Nagelsmann? Is it going to be Luis Enrique? Cesar Azpilicueta on Luis Enrique to Chelsea. Rumors: there are parts of the club who negotiate that we trust with doing what is best for the club. We will see what happens. My best games with the national team were with Luis Enrique as coach. So looks like Azpilicueta has given the vote of confidence. Look, at the end of the day, doesn't truly matter what Aspi says. I fully expect Azpilicueta to leave at the end of this particular season. I'll be very, very surprised even if we get someone like Luis Enrique come in, I'll be very surprised if they end up keeping Azpilicueta. But you never know. Our football club at the moment lacks leadership. But I feel like someone like Azpilicueta is a bit of a quiet leadership. As you know, Jonathan Mikel in his recent podcast has said, is Aspi the kind of leader that you still want around? He's still quiet, but there are a lot of things that, Aspi does behind the scenes. We know what he did during the pandemic, during COVID period. And a lot of players speak very highly in regards to Azpilicueta. He may not be that vocal kind of a leader, but he is there to support these players in a different way. Look, leadership comes in different forms and different manner. But look, I don't expect Azpilicueta. Well, Aspi's still got another year left, to be honest. So at the end of this season, Aspi's got another year left in his current contract. He signed a 2-year contract, if you guys remember. So he doesn't need to be forced out. He can stay if he wants to. But I fully expect him to leave. Look, Chelsea could still keep him around, get those odd minutes here and there. He will definitely not feature. I mean, he's already not featuring as much this season already. I think recently he's out because of the injury. I thought he would be back. I know he took a kick to the face, but that seemed like it was fine after a couple of days. but he's still been away from the team, which has been a while now. So next season, I fully expect him not to feature even more. So is he going to be happy in regards to that? We'll see. But he's trying to give us some hints that Luis Enrique, is he the type of manager that Chelsea Football Club needs? You guys know my stance on it. Just to clarify for all the people that consistently comment on my videos saying, "Oh, Miz, you're pro Luis Enrique. You only want Luis Enrique. You don't want to hear anything about Julian Nagelsmann." No, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. I'm quite happy with Julian Nagelsmann as well. But I've got concerns in regards to Julian Nagelsmann that can our players give him the kind of respect that and you know, not just the respect, but I suppose are they gonna actually listen to his instructions? Do you know what I mean? Are they gonna value him? Is Julian Nagelsmann the kind of individual that's gonna command respect? That's what I was trying to get to. Is he the kind of character that's gonna command respect? I think someone like Luis Enrique will definitely command respect. So, I mean, he's ready to go. He's ready to be, in a job immediately. I'm not really sure what we're waiting for at Chelsea Football Club. If we really want Nagelsmann, there's a lot of different hoops that we're going to have to go through. Nagelsmann's still contracted to Bayern Munich. Until and unless Nagelsmann actually negotiates a compensation with Bayern Munich, then we're going to have to pay Bayern Munich out. Do you know what I mean? And on top of that, what happened? What truly happened with Julian Nagelsmann? What truly happened with Julian Nagelsmann at Bayern Munich? What truly went down? There seems to be quite a few players that have fallen out with him. Why? Is he going to be able to warrant that level of respect that a Chelsea manager requires? Or else we're going to be in this merry-go-round of chopping and changing managers over and over again. But let's see what you guys have to say. After 12 and a half minutes, 250 people live. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Take a moment right now. Just stop everything. Take a moment. Let's get those likes up to 100 immediately. Easy. Very, very easy. 56 more likes. Easily done. We've got over 240 people live. Let's get those likes up. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe as well. Right now, make sure you subscribe. Let's see what you guys have to say. G11W. I'm happy with either. Both have positives and negatives. Yeah, both have positives and negatives. There's no doubts about that. For me, I just like... I feel like Luis Enrique, he'll just command respect. These players that we have right now, they would have watched him as youngsters, play Luis Enrique play football. When our current batch of players, when they were young, they would have watched Luis Enrique play. They certainly would have watched Barcelona under Luis Enrique for three seasons where Luis Enrique won everything, pretty much everything. And these players will give him that respect, knowing that Luis Enrique managed players like Neymar, players like Suarez, players like Messi, players like Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Dani Alves, and the list goes on. So with Julian Nagelsmann, yes, there is benefits. It's going to be high octane football, pressing the daylights out of the opposition. But can Julian Nagelsmann warrant that same level of respect? Fun fact is, Nagelsmann has more top flight season in club football than Enrique. Yeah, no, that's fine. I saw that. But it's more about experience overall in the game, not just management. Like Luis Enrique has been around. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's seen everything. He's a big name. Like, he's not a name to be brushed aside with. Like, he's a huge name, Luis Enrique. something that players will definitely value. I feel like Nagelsmann, it's not been that long that he became a huge, well, I wouldn't even say huge name, that he became a decent name. Obviously, in Leipzig, he did extremely well. Then he was in Bayern Munich for about a year and a half. Do you know what I mean? So all of that needs to be looked into. But I think we're finished unless Bowley drops Hoga interference in everything. Yeah, they need to stop interfering. Miz, I'm sorry, but I can't take you seriously after you said Lampard's tactics were better than Sarri's. I know you're taking the mic, RK. There are a lot of unknown factors with Nagelsmann, the falling out with players, the poor confidence from board. He's changed tactics 4 times since he took over Bayern. Respect command. Yeah, all of this. And with Nagelsmann, look, players will have to be okay with pretty much playing anywhere in the field. Nagelsmann is all about fluidity, not just the front three, fluidity anywhere and everywhere. Have a look at the Bayern team that Nagelsmann managed. Serge Gnabry at times played as left wing back. Leroy Sané, right wing back. Joshua Kimmich at times deepest midfielder, sometimes the furthest midfielder. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of different things. It was great if you can be as fluid and if you can understand all of that. It's great. That Bayern team under Nagelsmann were doing all right. Obviously, this season in the Bundesliga, it was a bit topsy turvy, but it will need a bit of patience with Nagelsmann. It will need a bit of patience because I don't think every single player will understand exactly what Nagelsmann wants from the get-go. Whereas Luis Enrique, I think a lot of players will understand because Luis Enrique, it's very structured, very, very structured, but it's effective. Structured but effective. Look at the way the Spanish team, especially in the Euros. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see what you guys are saying. Julian Nagelsmann would fit the old team with Werner, Rudiger, and others. Those type of players would fit his system. With the new players, Enrique would get the best out of Enzo, Felix, and Mudryk. And look, someone like Gavi next to Enzo as well. I think that's quite exciting and interesting too. Interesting prospect for me. I think Gavi is a lot more rounded when it comes to off the ball, defensively. Gavi gets stuck in. Gavi reads the game very well. His interceptions are good. Whereas Mason Mount, yes, he's off the ball, he's great, but it's more pressing from the front. I'm talking about off the ball work rate in the defensive half. Winning the ball back. Tackles. And of course, the pressing is there from Gavi as well. So we'll see what's going on. If this particular news of Gavi actually has legs or not. Means we shouldn't be going for Gavi only if Enrique is coming, and I'd prefer Pedri, but still don't want them. Well, everyone would prefer Pedri, but Pedri ain't leaving. He's Barca through and through. Pedri ain't leaving nowhere. We have many players that play the same position. Chuku, Hall, Santos, etc. Players must go. Look, I don't know. I don't know what is going on with Chukwuemeka. I rate Chukwuemeka so much. I'm not really sure why he hasn't been given a bit more opportunity under Potter. And now obviously Frank is here. I don't really know whether Frank's going to be giving Chukwuemeka that much opportunities. We'll see what happens. But Chukwuemeka, for me, from the little bits and pieces that he did get earlier this season, he looked really good. He truly did look good. I'm not sure why we've deterred away from giving him more opportunities in the first team, which is quite mad. Santos, yes, of course. Lewis Hall is another one that just disappeared. Not really sure what has happened there. Enrique or Julian, doesn't matter. Trust in Vivell making the right decision. How many goals can't they score? Kovacic is our best technical and creative midfielder. Does people understand football IQ? We do need goals from midfield, man. We really do. We lack that. Massively, we lack that. Don't believe that. Manu saying source is washed, apparently working for El Chiron Guto, so don't believe this. Okay, well, look, I mean, I'm not gonna force anyone to believe anything. These are some of the news that's getting floated around, and the news-related Twitter accounts are actually posting it as well. They generally don't post any Mickey Mouse sources out there. They generally post the good ones. I say where there is smoke, there's some little bit of fire. Some little bit of fire. I think that's how we should take it. Josh Amiz, shouldn't we get a DOF and have Bowley sit in his mansion and prevent more chaos? Look, these owners need to appoint the new manager along with the board very, very soon. We as a fan base, we need some form of light at the end of the tunnel. We need to feel that the owners, they're going to be serious. Right now, it's been a bit of a crap show this whole season, and a whole heap of rumors coming out that these owners, they're too involved, and what is this? What's RK saying? Miz, I respect you, but you keep telling me to. RK, why? Who are you, RK, man? What's going on? Can someone just? Is there any mods? Just like I don't know what this RK is saying all of a sudden, man. Just get rid of him from the live chat. But yeah, going back to the whole Luis Enrique, Todd Bowley situation. Yeah, they just need to chill out. They just need to chill out as owners, man. And we've seen a lot of articles throughout this particular season how they've been involved a bit too much. Okay, let's have a look at this. Ms. Nagelsmann is a good manager, but personally, I think Enrique would be that guy who can challenge Pep in a short period of time and can compete for the Premier League. Of course. We're back. Okay. Ms. Nagelsmann is good manager, but personally, I think Enrique would be that guy who can challenge Pep in a short period of time and can compete for the Premier League. Yeah, I believe so as well. I truly do believe so. I truly believe that Enrique would be able to compete. I think tactically, he's apt. He's sound. There's no doubts about that. Yeah, man. Hey, look. Some of you guys will be there one day. Some of you guys will be there one day. Maybe some of you guys are already there. You will have kids, and you'll know life. You'll have to juggle. You will have to juggle things. But you just got to embrace it. You got to embrace it. In Real Madrid, manager doesn't have control for transfers. Look, do you know what? This is an interesting conversation. There is some reports going around that Luis Enrique wants to have a lot of control over transfers, wants to have his say in regards to who he wants to be in the team in terms of transfer, who he wants to let go of as well. As much as we as a fan base, we want all of these responsibilities to be predominantly on the sporting director or the technical director, whatever the case is, because we don't want to just listen to everything that the manager says. In Chelsea Football Club, the manager doesn't really stick around for too long. So before you know it, manager comes in, makes a whole heap of decisions, and then all of a sudden that manager is not there anymore. So it can go pear-shaped. But I feel like if you don't give some level of authority to managers, how are they actually meant to build a team? Like, managers have their own style, own philosophy. Obviously, the philosophy has to be in line with the club's philosophy as well. I understand that. It cannot just be the manager's philosophy only and the club's philosophy is totally different. No, it can't be that either. They do have to intertwine. But you do need to give the manager some form of authority as to who they want, what type of players they want, And of course, the sporting director, the technical director, the owners, they all have to kind of be on the same page that, okay, even if we do bring a particular player in, let's say we bring an particular X player in, XYZ player, if the manager isn't around, can they still, play for other managers? And if it's a yes, then fine, go ahead. So whether it's Nagelsmann, whether it's Luis Enrique, I feel like managers need some form of authority. And I think I get the feeling Graham Potter just didn't have any authority. Really, I honestly feel Graham Potter didn't have any authority. Graham Potter, players just got thrown into his face. Do you know what I mean? Balak CFC, if it's Enrique, we need a controlling 6 because I don't want Enzo restricted to just being tempo setter. Enrique loves his 6 to keep it simple. Enzo as RCM will allow us to use his crossfield switch too. Yeah, no, I hear you. I completely hear you. Barcelona was Busquets. And then obviously he had Xavi and Iniesta next to him. So that was fantastic. If we can get ourselves a Busquets level of number 6, a Rodri. If we could get a Rodri level of number 6, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Romeo Lavia could potentially fit that bill. He's very, very good on the ball. Can definitely play that number 6 role. Currently in our team, I don't think we have that profile, do we? Currently in our team, we don't really have that profile. So yeah, Zubimendi. Zubimendi is a huge shout. I can't believe I forgot about Zubimendi. Zubimendi, man, I've been watching Real Sociedad. Zubimendi would be that guy. He would be that guy. And I think Luis Enrique likes Zubimendi as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Zubimendi, yeah, he's Busquets for Spain. There you go. Yeah, he does play for Spain. Yeah. I think he's going to be Busquets. He may be Busquets' replacement as well at Barcelona. That's a big shout. I like that shout. Zubimendi. I think that would be fantastic. I think we should be all over that. Nagelsmann is more quality manager. He doesn't need specific players. Yeah, maybe he doesn't need specific players, but he does talk about the number 6 being the quarterback. So with Nagelsmann, I actually think Enzo Fernandez will be the quarterback. With Luis Enrique, I think Enzo Fernandez will play either that Iniesta, Xavi kind of role. With Nagelsmann, I truly think Enzo Fernandez will be that quarterback type of number 6. I mean, Nagelsmann, there's a video that's going around how he says the number 6 is very important. Goalkeeper, number 6, striker. The 3 positions that we don't have. So, Eugene, you're saying that he doesn't need specific players, but he needs 3 players that we potentially have a bit of weakness in, which is goalkeeper, number 6, and a striker. But I think the number 6 position will, under Nagelsmann, I truly believe Enzo Fernandez will be the number 6. Adrian, thank you so much for the super chat. Chelsea spending more money on luxury players like Miz buying a sports car instead of a family car. We need a DM and a striker, Chelsea, and priorities. And I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. According to the report from Tony Juan Marti, Barcelona have ruled out the signings of Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi this summer. They're going for Amrabat instead. Yeah, they are linked with Amrabat. We should... Do you know what? You know how I feel, ladies and gentlemen. Over 300 of you guys are live right now. I truly hope we do get Luis Enrique, because I feel like this guy is the manager that's going to be able to make us serious again. He's going to be able to be that father figure that our team requires. He's going to be able to guide these youngsters. He's going to be able to, command respect from them, and our football club will become serious again. Players will change mentality, and it'll be about 3 points, win. And I feel like someone like Luis Enrique will definitely be able to compete with the likes of Pep, with the likes of Klopp, with the likes of Ten Hag and Arteta and so on and so forth. And I feel like someone like Luis Enrique, will get these players, Zubimendi, Gavi. Do you know what I mean? I don't even mind if we keep Mason Mount because I truly think Luis Enrique will probably get a lot out of Mason Mount. I truly do believe that. Ms. One issue though, do you think our wingers are too direct for Enrique? You don't know. He likes direct. If you look at the Barcelona wingers back then, Neymar, Suarez, Messi, I mean the fluid front three, they were all direct. The whole idea of that Barca team was don't spend too much time dilly-dallying in the back and building up. Let's get the ball as directly as possible to the wingers so the wingers can attack the opposition and then the midfielders come in to squeeze the living daylights out of the opposition. They're always queuing up for goals and they're always queuing up for counter press. As soon as the front three loses the ball, the midfielders are there to win the ball back and distribute it out to the wingers again. So I think Luis Enrique will appreciate how direct our wingers are. There's one issue though. Do you think our wingers are too direct for Enrique? I think they're fine. I know it sounds stupid, but some of the first touches I've seen from Mudryk and lack of coordination from Noni don't scream Enrique. And I hear you. I hear you. Look, I'm just hoping that Mudryk, it's just the confidence factor for the time being. I'm truly hoping it's the confidence factor. And because if you see some of his clips from previously, you know, Mudryk is not a bad player. Noni Madueke is not someone that I've watched too often at PSV, so we'll see what happens. He is still young. But Mudryk, I think it's got to be with the confidence thing at the moment where his first touches just, they're not there. But I've seen previously for Shakhtar in the Champions League or even in their league, like he's quite decent with his first touches. So I'm not really sure why it's disappeared all of a sudden. Ben Chilwell has landed himself a pay rise with the new contract taking his total wage to over 200k a week. Well, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for Mason Mount, isn't it, to accept a pay package less than Ben Chilwell. Like, I rate Ben Chilwell a lot. He does deserve this. And I want to build a team around Ben Chilwell. I feel like Ben Chilwell is going to be a leader for us. He's already showing leadership qualities. But he's been injured for a very long time, man. This season as well and last season. So when you see this level of money getting thrown around for Ben Chilwell, I mean, do you blame that Mason Mount wants this level of money as well? So, look, it just gives me more, I suppose, reason to think that Mason ain't going to be sticking around. He won't be sticking around. Chile is a great player, but that's undeserved, man. I don't know if it's undeserved. I mean, he was already on 190k, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, live chat. I'm pretty certain Chilwell was already on 190k. Potter has managed to regress most of his squad. Give Mudryk all the time in the world, but he still isn't going to cut it, to be honest with yourself. Let's see, Marcus. Let's see. I mean, it's early days. It's early days. I want to give it at least good season to assess. Unfortunately, it means Ian will be sold. I think Martin will be sold. Since the start of this contract debacle for Mason, he has been injured a lot. Yeah, interestingly. But do you know what the funny thing is? They say that he's injured, but then I keep seeing his picture in the training ground. He's always training, but he's injured, which is quite strange. Means I respect you as a man and Vivell, but you're not listening to me. What is it, bro? Talk to me. Some people in the live chat are quite mad. Making a rod for our own back here with that contract, but they are going to cave to Mount now. We are finished. I don't know if they will, man. I really don't think they will. Due to his lack of availability, I don't think he deserves it yet. Okay, fair enough. I hear you. All right, we're going to slowly wrap things up. But yeah, these were the latest news just for everyone that's joined in. First of all, breaking. Chelsea met with Gavi's agent a few weeks ago. The meeting was satisfactory and they agreed to meet once again in the next few days. The player is very upset with FC Barcelona. Obviously, you guys know with Gavi's situation, he's not been able to get that first team contract, which allows him to leave on a free. So he can still play for the first team. It's going to be an academy contract. Unless they clear up some of the wages, he's not going to be able to get that first team contract. La Liga has actually rejected Barcelona's proposal. Cesar Azpilicueta and Luis Enrique. This is the other news that was going around. There are parts of the club who negotiate that we trust with doing what is best for the club. We will see what happens. My best games with the national team were with Luis Enrique as coach. So I don't know if Azpilicueta is trying to give us a bit of hint. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Smash the like button before you go. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. One last comment. Gavi is a free agent in the summer. Would be an opportunistic signing. Nothing to do with the manager coming in. Look, there's a lot of... I hear you. Yes, opportunistic, free transfer. No problems. But Luis Enrique, we are heavily linked with. So you do need to put 2 and 2 together in here. I don't know whether you bring in someone like Gavi for Nagelsmann. But potentially he could fit in Nagelsmann's plan as well. But it's more for Luis Enrique. So you have to put the 2 together. Because I disagree with you on Gavi. I reckon it's best we stop trying to get all excited for the new players. Look, fair enough. I know we've been hurt, and I know this has not been the greatest season. So I hear you as well. If this is just to tie him up because of Man City links, that too, just 10k rises in pay. I think that is really well done on the part of the owners. He's a valuable player, no doubt, only if he is an injured. Now, you're right. This is in regards to Chilwell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Hopefully, I can do the watch along for Man City versus Bayern Munich. Until then, take care. See ya.